Commentators. Oh, we love to watch the footy. We are the couch commentators.
Oh, we are the couch.
We are the couch.
We are the couch.
We are the couch.
We are the couch
commentators. Oh, we love to watch the footy. We are the couch commentators. And thank you, Alyssa and Ashley, for the song. That was amazing. James, thoughts and opinions?
Yeah, look, it's horrible. It needs a lot of work. The acoustics were horrible. The singing atrocious. But look, there's something there. There's a bud. We can build this.
We can make it better, 100%. Maybe some production crew soon. I don't know. Thank you.
Thank you, girls. Love yous.
Thank you. Welcome back to the Couch Commentators podcast, the fastest growing podcast in the nation, and some may say the world. Today I have Dan and James with me. No Lucas this week as we had the big weekend, so he's still partying, but he'll be back next week, hopefully. And lads, how are you going? James, mate, how was your weekend?
Weekend was really good. The long weekend part of it, not so good. Monday has turned my life into a dark hole of depression and sadness, but I'm sure we'll get into that later.
Yeah, no, everybody hates Mondays, eh?
Just drink away the pain.
Dan, mate, how you going?
Yeah, well, I'm the complete opposite from James. You know, Dragons are winning. I'm winning.
Life's good.
Life's good. Weekend was good.
Yeah.
Full of sunshine and
rainbows.
some lollipops. And
Mate, I know how you feel because winning is just great.
Winning's just great, honestly.
I mean, obviously there was no football on last weekend, but this weekend, wow, it was so good. Obviously Lucas not here to back his boys, so
I heard he's still partying from yesterday, not just from the weekend.
Yeah, he's just still going. No sleep for the Tigers fans at the moment. Speaking of no sleep and just like big weekends, like we had a great weekend. Us three went away camping. Now, I just want to say, how good's camping, lads?
That's pretty good.
It is.
Even though I wasn't camping, I was in a cabin.
Yeah, you were
still.
glamping.
Glamping.
I think it gives us a excuse to just drink more, and I'm all for that.
It also was the perfect excuse not to reply to any messages yesterday afternoon.
Yeah. I've gone camping, no reception.
No reception.
But yeah, midday drinking just really does something to me because, you know, it brings out the beast in me, but just gives you a good excuse just to relax.
I believe it makes you tingle.
It does make me tingle. Like we had fruit tingles. Shout out Julie, mum. She just makes some great fruit tingles, and they go down a treat, mate. Nothing's better than a good cocktail.
Except for when she forgets to buy some more cordial, and
yeah,
the whole weekend's just ruined from there.
Yeah, well, we had cocktails like 2 out of 3 nights, so
Can't complain.
You can't complain. You can't complain. You know, another thing I want to talk from the weekend. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I've got a bit of a summer glow going on, and it's August. Not August. It's autumn.
Well, jeez.
Autumn. Yeah.
I know I was singing "Wake Me Up When September Ends," but I didn't think we were almost there.
Look, I'm looking tanned, really going into the colder months, so this is great for me. Other than that, you know, we went fishing, James.
I'm not very good at it, I remembered.
Yeah, shout out.
Apparently, I heard you forgot to take a fishing pole first.
Yeah, look, I
James
may
has
as
got a
well
lot
have
of
left it at home.
Shout out James for his fishing abilities. Blaming the tool. Said the rod was broken. Couldn't catch anything. A minute later, I catch a fish on his rod. So shout out that. Also shout out Tim for winning the day. He got how many fish, James?
6.
6 fish. That's a new world record, I believe. The first day we didn't catch any, so that sucks. But nothing's better than
I think they caught an octopus the first day, didn't they?
Yeah.
You weren't
count.
there, so
Yeah, I wasn't catching that day,
Yeah.
but fishing's great. Enjoying the ocean and the summer glow, you know. that I've
Getting
got
rid of some
going on.
golf tans.
Yeah, the late nights partying. We had our little cousin show us how to drink. That was intense.
that was
Mate, I seen him pour a beer all over himself. That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
He
And
sung,
I think it was to the Moana song, wasn't it?
yeah, he sung a lot of High School Musical as well. That
Yeah.
gets a run, I guess, in the modern generations. There was a bunch of like fishermen, fisher ladies as well going past for a late night fish, and he was singing "I'm Soaring," whatever it is.
That song's from the first movie.
Soaring, flying.
Flying, and look, we don't give copyright away by singing it out loud, but it was a sight to see. Shout out to Jack.
And there was
He's
another
a
side to
menace.
say on the beach that we won't get into.
Oh yeah, there was something we probably shouldn't announce on publicly. But yeah, look, it was
We'll
a good
leave it for
weekend.
the viewers' imagination, the listeners' imagination.
Yes, great weekend though. Some would say amazing weekend. Jesus was brought back, so that's always good. Now enough of that. We get into accountability, and Lucas not here to toot his own horn, but
So we're not even going to mention it.
3 in a row for the man, the myth, the legend at the moment. Just backing big horses. This one paying another like $3.50 or so there, and it was Estrella. Look, he seems to be in some great form, so look forward to his bet this weekend and back whatever he's backing, because man, he's going good. And all of us are going to the races, I believe. Maybe Dan might be pulling out late, but you know, so we might even give you some live tips, Lucas's live tips. How good would that be? Now there was 2 multis that we obviously always have: the horse racing multi, the ATS multi. Both of them, we had 3 out of 4. Me and Dan would like to formally apologise.
I think I've formally apologised every fucking week.
Yeah. Me with Mr. Brightside not getting the win. That was rough. Dan with Dallin Watani Zalesniak not scoring a try.
Should have just gone Dragons player.
Look, 2 things you would think would always happen. So in our defence, I don't know.
It's DWZ, like.
Jim's Jam this week had a cash out of pretty much complete price after 20 minutes of the game.
Started off so well. James early crowed himself.
Yeah.
And look, the rest is history.
By early crowing, I just said I'm looking good. I never
Yeah.
said it was a sure thing or nothing.
Looking really good until the Sharks humped the Raiders, but we'll get into that later. Now, listener questions. We have a couple this week, so good to see them back.
No Lucas to read them out.
No Lucas to read them out, but I'll do my best as
Intro.
I do. Now, we have one from Maddie C. We have, why does beer taste different out of a can, schooner glass, and a stubby? And I want to throw a little bit more onto that. Which one tastes better to you, James?
Well, I'll knock the first thing out of the way. Firstly, I think a schooner glass will obviously taste the best, right?
Obviously.
Obviously. And then why does it taste different? And the obvious answer everyone knows, it's just the metal. But when you dive into it deeper, I think it can, especially then poured into a schooner glass, taste closer to a schooner at the pub than drinking out of a bottle. Because I think the metallic of the can doesn't completely replicate the keg, but obviously metal's metal.
Metal is metal.
Metal is metal, whether it be aluminium or whatever a keg is made out of. But yeah, so if I was to go my preferred choices, it's schooner from the pub, can into schooner glass, then bottle, and then weirdly enough, can comes back around the bottom.
So can gets on the list twice. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to go to an unbiased person who doesn't drink beer. Dan, what is your selections? Because I'm really, really interested.
Well, I reckon if I did drink beer,
Uh-huh.
I go with James that it tastes better out of the schooner glass
Yep.
because it's coming straight out of the keg,
Mm.
like coming straight where it was fermented and brewed and
Yep.
all that good stuff.
The nutrients.
the supplements,
Yep.
carbohydrates,
Yep.
the alcohol,
The alcohol. Yes.
the what's that other one?
The good stuff. Yes.
The
Yes.
good stuff. Yeah, so that's my answer.
Okay, beautiful. For me, I will. I'll be saying I actually prefer out of a bottle. It has to be under specific rules, and it has to be ice cold. It has to be out of like a esky, frozen, and just like literally -1 degrees, and that shit is
But-
schmick.
So you want a beer slushy?
No,
No.
it
Because
doesn't.
of
It
the
doesn't
alcohol
freeze.
percentage and stuff, mate. It
It
holds.
honestly, like back at the local, they used to keep them in an ice bucket for me and another bloke, Russ, and they used to be the best beers. I would always drink bottles over schooners. Now they don't. onto the schooners. They're second best to none. Everyone drinks a schooner glass, as you guys said, out of the keg. And then, yeah, I guess a can. I don't think I really ever drink canned beers because the only really ones like that go around are your Tui's News and Great Northers,
Great
BBs.
Norths.
Yeah, I don't get into that work too often, but I put it on the list. I guess Hopefully that answers your question, Matt. Interested on what your picks are.
I reckon it'd be a can.
A can man.
9 times out of 10, I see Matt drinking a can.
That's why they call him Matty C. Actually,
Yeah,
Matty
Matty
Can,
Many cans.
Matty Can and cannot. Thanks for that. But guess what? Matt's thrown another question because Matt loves the listener question segment, and we love to hear it. He has asked, why does someone as big as Mike Acevo never run hard at the defensive line? Now, look, I'm going to ask the Para fan because I'm sure he has a lot of excuses.
Well, so look, does he run as hard as he should all the time? No.
Mhm.
But why didn't he run as hard as he should in the Tigers game? I want to remind Matt of round 2 this year.
Yep.
When the Tigers played their first game and Raiders played their second game, and the Raiders gave them an absolute humping.
That did happen. That did happen.
So, as a humble Para fan who just got beat by the Tigers, I'm just pointing this out. That was Mike Acevo's first game of NRL this year as well. So to see him a bit underdone and getting tired towards the end, it's to be expected. That's the simple
fair.
answer.
That's fair.
Meow. Meow.
Meow. Okay, I thought you said meow. Now, meow,
Meow.
like a cat.
Meow, meow, meow,
Because
meow.
the West Tigers are cats.
Yeah.
Dan, your opinion on Mike Acevo running soft?
I'm going to agree with James because, you doesn't want to overdo himself in his first game back after suspension. Doesn't want to injure himself. Doesn't want to possibly pull a hammy or pull a calf or,
True.
or just get knocked the fuck out.
Well, I have a different opinion, guys, because I think he's a cat, as James said. Meow.
Yeah.
No, I just think he loves the try line, and once you put him within that 20-meter range, the speed picks up 100% because he's got that white line fever. He knows he can just run straight at
Remember
someone
when
and
he
score.
ran straight over Tedesco in prime Tedesco
Yeah.
years? Like,
No,
Sent
he
him
didn't
to
just
the,
run over Tedesco. He fucking absolutely killed the bloke.
Yeah, concussion city. But yeah, I think he just loves that white line, similar to a lot of NRL players.
Which part are we talking about now?
Hey, yo. No, so that was a great question, Matt. But we'll get into another question. This one's a bit weird. I don't know if we will fully answer it, but we have Scott R. We will not say his last name for safety reasons. He's asked, what's your favorite primate and what do they sound like? I will start with the lemur. Really big fan of its work. Love the tail, striped tail. That's pretty cool. Other than that, don't know how they sound. Maybe like a
Let's get a sound of how lemurs are and see how accurate that was.
Dan, your favorite primate and sound?
I'm gonna go Caesar from Planet of the Apes.
Oh yeah.
When he
what did-
starts talking.
Yeah, what did he say?
No!
Beautiful. I like that. I do like that. James, mate, your favorite primate?
look, I didn't do enough research to make sure that it was a genuine primate because don't want to get them mixed up. But I'll go the baboon.
Yeah, I'm sure you're on.
Obscene, bright pink ass, all the rest, and it obviously makes baboon noises. So we all know that.
Yeah, we all know what a baboon is.
So,
So
you
baboon.
don't even need to explain it. So
yeah.
Good stuff.
Thanks for the question, Scott.
Yeah, thank you
that's
for
a
that.
great question.
Look forward to more questions from you, and we'll get back to you on the sounds. Now, Kyle, loyal listener, Kyle H, has given us the question: what NRL team is a dark horse this season?
Pretty sure
Now-
I've already answered this.
We're 4 rounds in, so it's a different answer each
Yeah.
time.
Because now you say the Tigers, the
Yeah.
Dragons got to win against Manly. Like before, it used to be Manly.
Yeah. With that in mind, Dan, who are you locking in as your dark horse?
Look, I'm pretty sure I said my dark horse was the Warriors.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not sticking by that because they've had a bit of a rough patch.
They have.
His
they have.
first 4 weeks. but my dark horse. I don't know who to pick. Don't know who to pick. Oh, the Dragons. I'm going to go with the Dragons.
You gonna lock
Because
them in?
yes.
Okay, beautiful. Look, I think against a good team, you might crumble, but
No.
the dark horse, maybe. James, who you locking in?
Oh, yesterday, Monday, 4 p.m., had a odd sense of deja vu. See, back in the long, distant time of 2022,
Yep.
there was also an Easter Monday game between Parramatta and the Tigers, where the Tigers won by 1 point.
I do remember this fondly.
And at the end of that year, a certain team from that game went on to finish 1 win short. And this time, I think they correct the wrongs, correct the history books, and get the win done. So Parramatta's my dark horse.
Oh,
History repeats itself, but this time a little better.
nice.
And the Tigers are going to get the spoon.
Yeah,
And that's what happened in 2022.
Yes. We can all get behind that, including Lucas. Speak for him. For me, dark horse. Tough to say. Like, obviously, 4 rounds in, I still like Manly. Like, even losing to these fellas, they just, when they get going, they had a lot of errors in them in that game. And look, I think Turbo, if he didn't have a bad game, maybe they get a win. He still got the Dally M point somehow.
No, he
Crazy. Didn't he?
That was a fake article.
Oh, it was an April Fool's. They got me.
They got us.
They got me.
Because I think Ben Hunt got 6 points. I'm pretty sure I actually seen.
Cool. Well, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
It was a fake article.
Fake. It was a fake. But
Fake news.
yeah, each their own. I think Manly might be a dark horse in the comp.
I thought that was
Now.
Sea Eagle.
They are Sea Eagle. Best horse racing performance over the weekend, and that is sent in by yours truly, Lucas. Now which races did you guys see? Because I seen only a couple. We were away. Now I'll go to James first because I think Dan may not have seen too many.
I've got one in my head. So.
Oh, yeah.
Look, Lucas's top tip was a great one.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna go with. Can you see what I see? Picked it.
I can't. What do you say?
Yeah, picked it for the horse racing multi. Just looked strong the whole way. I'm pretty sure it led the whole way. Won. It was just a nice, solid performance. Looking to improve in its next couple of starts.
Nice, James. Now, Dan, your pick of which horse impressed you?
Sorry to bring back your loss, mate, but I think Cascadian.
Yeah.
Thank you for scrolling down on the script there, by the way. Made me remember the name of the horse. But like Pride of Jenny led pretty much that whole race, and then Cascadian just came around the outside and
Yeah.
fucking beat Brightside and Pride of Jenny. It was pretty good.
Yeah, look, Pride of Jenny surprised me in that race. Like, just how good it actually is. Like, I kept putting it off, going like, yeah, it's all right. It's all right. But Pride of Jenny, the way it can lead by that much and just continue to keep pressing. Like, yes, I got caught by Cascadian, but look, it looks so good.
The fact that I called this so long ago shows that I'm a para fan because it's always so close.
I did see stuff like injuries for Mr. Brightside, but yeah, each their own. Craig Williams to get dropped soon. My horse that impressed me, one of the horses Lucas has talked about for like a while, Orchestral, looked really good. Flew home and just blitzed the opposition in the Vinery Stud Stakes. So Lucas, again, sometimes he can pick a good horse, you know. And it was paying $1.60 by the end of it. But,
yeah, I think it's $1.55. I saw it even.
Yeah, I didn't have it myself, but I'm sure Lucas did and put maybe like 5 cents on it. So good on him. No, good question, Lucas. Thanks for that, mate. We have another question. Now, it is thoughts on Tigers versus Dolphins this weekend. Can the Tigers go 3 wins in a row? That is sent in by Anonymous. Okay, now I'm gonna fire back at the anonymous listener here, and I'm gonna say no, you just can't. Does Dolphins have anyone out? Fuck, I don't know. That's the only way they've been able to win the last 2 weeks. So no, I don't think so. Now I'll give it to James.
Yeah, look, their best player is an 18-year-old that didn't did the most egregious hip drop. No, a bit unfortunate, just a bit of instincts, but he's out for the next 2 weeks. It's confirmed today, was it?
Yep,
Yeah.
2 weeks.
Yeah, he's going to be a big loss when the game was on the line. He's the one that stepped up, and yeah, I think the Dolphins are pretty much full strength and will get the job done.
It was actually confirmed like hours after the game that he got 2 weeks.
Yeah, it was pretty cut and dry.
Yeah.
Dan, mate, who are you? What is your fault?
Look, they are missing Lockie Galvin, so they are going to take the L. But I reckon it's going to be a close game because they're going to take a bigger L next week.
Oh,
At Campbelltown Stadium against the mighty fucking Red V. The Dragons fans are going fire up. Fire up.
Dragons.
They're going to get fucking demolished.
They're gonna go loss after 2 wins in a row.
And I don't care how they do for the rest of the year. Probably
Yeah.
get a spoon or something.
Yeah, look, I think they can only they call the Sharks a flat track bully. These Tigers fans, mate, beating Sharks without a forward pack, beating Parramatta without Mitch Moses
And Cartwright.
and Cartwright, the Cardi
Yeah.
Party.
Cardi
How could I
Party was
forget?
fine.
And they even scared Regan Campbell-Gillard's mustache off.
Yeah, I heard Benji snuck in middle of the week into his house, climbed through, and shaved his mo.
Yeah.
Like he's
Look, he will do anything for the team.
Yeah.
He's a 24/7 coach. That guy.
That was the best mustache in the whole NRL, and it's just gone now.
oh, to be back for the
Yeah.
grand final.
Have a feeling that bloke can grow a mustache pretty quick.
Yeah.
But no, thanks everyone for the listener questions. Leave some below. Put them in their Instagram. Send them in the DMs of Dan.
Why me?
Look, we look forward to more listener questions next week. And now we go to NRL talk.
Like we just
So
talked. NRL
we
for
talked a
half
bit
an hour.
about NRL, but look, we're an NRL podcast basically. We get
Side of horse racing.
yeah, we're sports. We couch commentate here. Now, who impressed you, lads? Dan, I'm going with you, and I have a feeling I know who did.
Who do you think impressed me, Brennan?
It was Zach Lomax.
No, it did. Kind of.
Yeah.
Especially with that kick for goal that went 20 metres across the field.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that was impressive. That was
Fuck,
impressive.
people have been talking about Guppo Smiths like it was that bad.
No, but obviously the Dragons. I thought like we're gonna head into that game, beat 50-0, and yeah, get absolutely pumped. But I did read some stats out to James and your dad
Yep.
earlier in the day that Manly had only won twice in 25 years at Wynn Stadium.
That's a long time.
Yes, I was like, I felt a bit confident, but like it was the like hint of Tommy Turbo was still there.
It's that ocean breeze in Wollongong.
Yeah.
It's different to Manly's breeze.
I won't say it, but like I might have went and put my jersey on at halftime because I felt confident.
Confident,
I
yo.
was confidently cold.
Very nice.
Who let me down? Yep.
And come back to you,
Yeah, I'll think about who let
Okay.
me down. Honestly,
James, mate. Who impressed you?
Who impressed me, I would say, look, as much as it hurt, Lachlan Galvin does it again. Very impressive. He's like just watching like him and Blaze Tulagi, both extremely talented, but the fact that Galvin's just that he seems already ready for the NRL, where a lot of the other 18-year-olds are almost there.
Yeah,
He's physically, he's mentally, he's already there.
nice. Yeah, he's a weapon. Team that impressed or
Team that impressed, I hate to say it, maybe your Sharkies, but it also goes to the second person that let me down, and that's Xavier Savage. It really felt like he had turned a corner, but geez, he had a woeful game after scoring that try.
he was? It was close to getting the hook, surely, but I
Yeah.
don't think they had anyone who could fit that position. Dan, have you got someone who let you
I
down?
really can't think of someone who, like a team or person who let me
Titans.
down.
Titans are good for it.
It's a massive letdown.
Who'd say Titans
Yeah.
against the buyer?
Yeah.
Melbourne had the bye.
Yeah,
Melbourne
they played Dolphins and got pumped after leading by 12 or something.
Yeah, we'll go with the Titans then.
Okay,
Yeah.
lock him
Didn't
down.
watch the game, but another person who impressed me though.
Okay, yeah,
Sorry to
that's good.
jump back in. It was obvious that he was going to play well. RTS back.
Oh, Roger. That's
Ro-
the couple of steps he put on. Did you see that?
Yeah,
he looks good, but the promising news that Chance is back this week, so he's back to centres. So see how that whole dynamic works now. That'd be good for the Warriors fans.
Up the wall.
Now for me, who impressed me? Look, I didn't get to watch too much of the rugby league over the weekend, but seeing that Broncos beat the Cowboys, who I assume were full strength, Broncos not full strength without Reynolds, Payne Haas.
Reynolds played.
Reynolds
Was back. Okay, well Reynolds was back then. Well, fuck. There
No
goes
Payne
my,
Haas,
no
no
Payne
Walsh.
Haas. Yeah, no Walsh. Yeah, that's it. They were down on troops and still being able to beat the Cowboys in that Queensland Derby up there was impressive to me. But then also, tooting my own horn, the Sharks impressed me, mate. I would say a New South Wales Cup grade forward pack. And
At least the bench.
At least the bench against a pretty strong Raiders team. They did go down to 16 players with a HIA to Hoskins, and he did not get to play the full game. But look, I think we did well, and then to come back from that 18 down is impressive. Tricky, he was pretty good with the old show and go, gets a try. And then another bloke who impressed me was Kyle Iro. His try may not have been a try, but he just looked good out there. Looks like he deserves the NRL jumper, although he's been
Dropped this
dropped
week.
again, I'm pretty sure. So that's Fitzy for you. But look, Sharks impressed me, and they'll keep impressing me for the rest of the year, guys, because you know that. From listening to me on this podcast, we're going to win the league.
Just on the topic of the Sharks and Raiders game.
Yes.
Did you see the picture I put in the chat earlier today?
What's that?
About your trainer running past
Oh,
Fogarty
yeah.
when he was going to kick the goal.
I do like
and
that.
the Raiders are putting in a complaint.
Raiders, after the game, Ricky blows up at his team and says none of them put in a good performance or shocking. Then he comes out and then they're blaming the fucking runner for running past Fogarty while he's kicking a goal. And they still lost by like 14 points or whatever. So, I don't know.
I can understand. I think it's
It
more
would
of
put you
like,
off.
hey, I don't want them doing this again.
Yeah.
Look, it's definitely, I think,
Yeah.
fine worthy for the bloke.
Yeah.
Poor him, because they
Yeah.
don't get as much money as the
think,
players.
yeah, I think that's more of a fine to the club rather than
Yeah.
the trainer because he it would
might
be
get
on
a suspension
yeah.
for a week or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't
Hey,
know.
you can't leave this bench for a week.
Yeah. You can give water from the sideline. Now, there was a couple of injuries, suspensions, that sort of stuff that we'll get through. Preston with a injury to the jaw,
I've seen that.
out for, I think, 3 to 4 weeks. Metcalf out for most of the season with a fractured, tibula, one of those
Yeah.
ibulas.
One of the leg bones.
The leg bone.
The leg bone. So that's tough for anyone who had him in fantasy. Me. There was obviously the Galvin suspension James has talked about for the hip drop. Luckily, who was it on?
It was on Tuolagi.
Tuolagi. He's all right. Well, seems to be all right.
Yeah. Philip Summer, you also got the one from Max Plaff. But he finished the game. He seemed to be at least sort of all right.
And then, another thing that's happened only recently today, Lomax getting an early release, but the early release is only a year early in his contract, so he still has to play out the as Dan cries, he has to play out the rest of the year.
I didn't see the rest of that. I didn't see that. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're doing the Ben Hunt situation, and they're going to hope that he Stockholm
his
syndrome him and goes, trust me, you like it here, Zach. And the whole year they just whisper in his ear, you love it here, Zach. You love it here.
You're such a good winger, Zach. You're the best winger in the comp.
By then
You're going to
he's
play
be locked
Origin.
in a fucking
Yeah.
a soft, fluffy room with
Yeah.
fucking cushions everywhere.
Look, if he starts catching some of these kicks that you've put up for him, he could be an Origin player. But
That's the thing. Imagine, right? He plays Origin this year in wing.
on the wing, yeah.
Loves it. Well, not loves it, but because he doesn't love it, obviously. But he sees the
Yeah,
whole what he could
Yeah.
do.
Hey, I'm one of the best wingers in the world compared to a top 15 centre.
You get Shano whispering in your ear, going, "We could win premierships here, mate. You're a winger. You're the best winger in the world."
You want to stay here. You want to stay here.
Who knows? But yeah, look, they've said he could go at the end of the year. We'll see how that pans out.
It is sad, but
Yeah, as
if
a
he wants
Dragons fan,
out,
what can you
let
do?
him go.
To make an omelette, you got to crack a couple eggs.
Yeah, and
Exactly.
you have Tui Pelotti, who I think's he's a pretty decent winger. I'm sure you
Yeah,
have
and
other
then-
wingers, the fair names.
And then
Yeah.
we've also got Cody Ramsey still contracted, even though he's got I can't remember what it is, but
Yeah, he's pretty.
some type of injury that allows him that he can't play and
Yeah.
needs surgery and all this bullshit. But yeah,
You
we still got Cody Ramsey.
got options. You got options.
We got options.
But for Zach, I say get out while you can, mate. Just run.
Run.
They will trick you into staying. But that's all. That's all for the NRL talk. Unless any of you guys have anything to bring up.
No,
How good
I
rugby
don't have
league?
don't have
How
a Tigers
good
fan
is
to blast me, so I
rugby
don't have to defend Para.
Yeah. Look, Sharks got the bye this week, so I'm not going to be watching any rugby league. So.
Dragons have Knights on Friday night.
Yes, very nice.
We're
mate.
coming for you, Sticky.
Oh, you're coming for Sticky.
Hey-o.
Ooh.
That's stuff. We'll see what happens there. Leachy's fantasy locks bringing back this week. We said Blaze Talangi, Weber, depending on positions. I said that before team list. He got
You're
named
right.
at 5'8". I was right.
You said that before we knew Moses was out.
Yeah, look, I can predict the future. And look, this week, troublesome for a lot of fantasy players. Any super coaches out there as well, very troublesome because we just keep losing players left, right, and center. Now, I've picked a couple players who probably are already in talks and maybe already in your team, but I've gone this week. I'm looking at Josh Curran and Samuela Fainu. I also need to look at halves, so I don't know who I'll pick there, but I haven't put too much thought into it. Josh Curran now starting second rower, filling for Jacob Preston.
Oh,
So,
yeah,
could
didn't even
Oh,
think
that's
of that.
Could
I've
be
already got
juicy.
him in Super Coach, which is juicy.
I'll be
Um,
changing my trades on fantasy.
They do have that. I can't remember his name. It's like a lager. He did well in the trials from the
Oh,
Bulldogs.
yeah,
He's on
that's
the
right.
bench.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
plays second row.
But the Curran could still play 60 to 70,
Yeah.
but might have a better chance of getting an attacking stat now.
But he, definitely could boost his points higher. And then you have Samuel Afenu, who did well this week. Obviously had a somewhat average week the week before, but I think he's good for a cheapie. Price at 400 though, so
Yeah, a bit
At your
awkward.
own.
Bit awkward.
yeah. So that's all for fantasy this week. But look forward to my tips next week. I beat
slot-
Dan. If anyone wanted to know,
He beat my undefeated streak.
So fuck you, Dan.
You're still not in the top 8, and I am.
Cop that. Now we go into the boxing and
Bring out the tissues again. Ah!
Australian legend undefeated streak goes down, and that's the Rafa. The Rafa got knocked out. Happy to see that. I don't think he was undefeated though.
Yeah,
But,
that was great, though. Oof.
It was good to see after all his shit talking and his first. I think it may have been his first bout in like America. So good on him. Then we go to the main event, which I cared about thoroughly. Tim Tszyu versus Sebastian Fundora.
I think the whole Australia cared about thoroughly.
Yeah, it was a great fight. Bloodbath. Now I believe it was the second round or the third round. Tszyu cops a
Second round, yeah.
second round, yeah. Cops an unfortunate elbow to the top of the head that caused a massive gash. And,
Apparently, almost down to the scalp.
yeah,
Yeah.
it continued to piss out for the next 10 rounds. A lot of comments I've seen, they should have probably stopped the fight, no contest.
Yeah, either
Uh,
stop the fight for a no contest or stop it at round 4, and it would have been a tie anyway.
Yeah.
And
But it was allowed to continue on. I think as for the fighter who kept saying he's good, the doctor should be questioned.
yep,
Promoters obviously probably wanted it to go on as well for money, for the
Yeah.
fans to watch. Otherwise, it just becomes a shit event. But yeah, there had to be some kind of.
well, it became a whole different fight after it.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
It was just a lot of jabs from Fundora. Look, I'm not taking anything away from Fundora, but he was looking like the
And he
worst
had a-
fighter to start the
Yeah.
2 rounds.
And look, he had a broken nose or whatever that was
Yeah.
bleeding into his mouth the whole fight.
He kept bringing that up as well.
Yeah.
The commentators were definitely gagging on Fundora there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tim Tszyu looked better. He still threw more like power shots, I believe. Like
Yeah,
while-
landed better.
While like so much blood on his face, he could
Yeah.
barely see out of one eye. The other eye was questionable as well. But yeah, their total strikes was like 160 to 130,
Yeah,
which is ridiculous for a bloke you couldn't see. Fundora, as I said, he probably threw like close to 500 strikes and only landed 160,
Yeah.
which is shows how good Zoo is at dodging the
Just
strikes as well.
instinct and boxing technicality.
Which showed in the results. It was a split decision. I didn't say that, but Zoo won in one judge's eyes, two other judges picking Fundora, which I would say Fundora won. Like you
Yeah.
throw that many punches, you can't really
Yeah.
lose.
Yeah.
But like, then you say on the other hand, like the cut doesn't happen.
Yeah, 100%.
easily
Zoo
wins that fight.
probably beats him. I think Fundora knew it as well. It was nice of him after the fight. He actually came and he gave the title to Zoo. Zoo obviously like held it for a little bit, like gave it back, but
Yeah.
like Fundora didn't. I don't think
I
he
didn't
believed-
say that. Yeah. wow.
Yeah, and then there was this thing from the manager of Fundora saying like whenever Zoo's ready for another immediate.
They
rematch.
backflipped
yeah.
on their original because
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure originally they're like, yeah, we'll be looking to go on to Spencer or Crawford.
But,
Yeah, he called out Crawford after the
Yeah.
fight, didn't he?
yeah.
straight away called him.
Yeah.
But then I think after
bit of-
realizing, the media,
After
and,
waking
Yeah,
up to his-
seeing social media and everything else. And
like hats off to him. It seems like a great bloke, and him and his sister now world champions together. So
Yeah,
that's,
Yeah, look-
first,
something cool.
first ever brother sister like world champions at the same time.
in the world of boxing where there's so many dickheads, it was actually a fight of two guys that seem to be
Yeah.
nice guys.
Oh yeah.
And the boxing world, like, well, hats off to both of them fighting through that fight. Like
Yeah.
both warriors to go through
Mate,
that kind of.
those photos will be they'll be used on every promotion
Yeah.
forever. Like,
And I'm sure, like, Zoo may have lost, but he hasn't lost any chips off his
no,
If he's
he hasn't
sold out.
lost any fans. He only
Yeah.
gained them.
100%. But yeah, that's all for boxing.
If
And
anything, he gained fans.
yeah, 100.
I'd
Like
say.
a lot of Americans will now be like,
Yeah.
even
Holy
if they were
fuck,
questioning his ability, they might see him a bit more.
like obviously the American fans would have known his father and stuff, and they would have
Yeah.
been like, "Oh shit, his kid's probably actually better than his father."
Even to not be, I don't think he was even dazed or dropped
Yeah.
or like even look like it.
Even when it happened, it was like he like walked into a cupboard door. It's like,
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah, because
just-
it's the end of the round.
Just
Yeah.
affected his eyes that much that
Yeah.
it stopped him from being able to perform at his ability. He even said after the fight he's a counter striker who couldn't see. Like,
Yeah.
how are you supposed to counter?
against a guy with a huge reach advantage and height advantage.
6'6"
Yeah.
reach,
Right.
6'6"
I think
height.
there was 9 inches between them.
And everyone knows what 9 inches is, right? Hey, you are. Now,
It's pretty short, isn't it?
Yeah, about that. Now, we go to James and we go to you for the ad read. I believe we have one
Yeah,
back this week. mate.
Look, we've got another ad read. We all know that this is the number one podcast for the NRL coaches. So we actually got hit up by a company that works with coaches, and Brandon, I want you to read this.
Okay, beautiful, mate. I'm glad I'm the first one to be back for this.
Ooh, I thought.
Yeah. Let's see how I go. Now, this week's podcast is brought to you by the Rugby League Coaches Association and their new leader, Benji. We all heard of the Players Association, but what about the coaches? For too long, coaches have been expected to give their life to the job, working 24/7, 365 days a year. And when the players start losing, the first one to lose their job is somehow the coach. It's just not fair. So if you're a coach that doesn't know his kids' names or faces, are going through your third divorce because you haven't been able to see them for years, it's time to join the RLCA and fight for a 21/7 work week, allowing you to spend time with the family or play golf before a game. We are also looking to get rid of those fines, stopping you from blasting refs after bad games. And we are looking to raise those payouts for when you've been sacked and early and unfairly. So join Benji and the RLCA for a better future and spend some time with your family. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Well done, mate. Well done.
Yeah.
Thank you. I did well. Couple stutters. Couple of stuttles.
You're stuttering there.
Stutters.
I tried spacing it out to
Yeah.
make it a bit easier.
Look, it was good. I think you got me when the not seeing your family was.
And then the third divorce. That cracked me.
And look, Benji does love playing a bit of golf before a game, which is it's a winning ritual, I would say, at the moment. So,
Yeah, I think you'll be. Yeah, I'm gonna next time Para plays Tigers, I'll be booking out every golf course in Sydney.
yeah. BA, do you want to come play some golf? No, good stuff, James. Glad it's back. Yeah, no, good stuff. Good stuff. Now, hopefully, we get Dan to do that next week because
Yeah.
I think
we all
we'll
know
be-
how good he is.
Oh, I think I'm pretty down with cold.
Beautiful. Now, we have horse racing. We are going to cross live to Lucas for his rundown and preview of this week's horse racing. Hello. This is not Lucas. As you can see, it is I, Leachy, back again. Lucas still on the work trip, so cannot get his horse racing tips out. But I'll go through a little bit of a recap, and then I'll go through a preview of this week. Sit back and enjoy the horse racing guru that is Brendan. Now, last week we had Alencia wins at $6.50 after letting down favourite backers Australia wide. Dominant win. Looked the goods. As Lucas has wrote, favourite backers, aka him. Tough. Very tough. So unlucky Lucas. Bandy's boy wins the Stardom Kingdom Stakes, and he will now back up for the Country Championship Stakes this weekend, as Lucas has informed me. So obviously a good win by Bandy's boy, but we'll look forward to that this weekend. Now, the next race, one of the best binary stud stakes in a long time. Orchestral wins, beats Zardozi, beats Tuta La Vita. Zardozi on the Derby next weekend against the boys. This is what Lucas has written. But yeah, binary stakes, I think we talked about it already. Orchestral looked the goods, and look, Lucas had been tooting his horn, and it definitely showed it. Now, we have Calipore wins a very low standard G1 in the Tancred. So take of that what you will. Another Will storms into the Doncaster favoritism with a good performance. So another Will now, I think, up to like 4 wins in a row. It looks good. And yeah, I'll get to the Doncaster in a little bit, but it might be a tip. Australia, obviously, Lucas's top tip, progressing nicely. G1 filly in waiting with an easy win. So Lucas picked that one, and he's now 3 in a row and had a good win. So keep Australia in the black book for later. Now, in the big race, Cascadian, we already talked about it. Catches Pride of Jenny, beats Mr. Brightside. That was rough for me, and rough for the punters. So, ouch. But now, this week, the lads are off to the races. Me, Lucas, James, and there's some massive races that we wanted to talk about it here on the podcast first before we obviously the live podcast. I think Lucas is going to do a bit of rundown on the Instagram as well. So I look forward to that. And now, this week, Randwick English Sires, the 1400 meter race. It is for the 2-year-olds. We have Storm Boy going at it again with Coleman and Lady of Camelot. Now, in the Golden Slipper, Storm Boy didn't get out the gates, didn't look good. Coleman looked all right, but Lady of Camelot ended up winning. So, take as that as you will. I believe Storm Boy is the favourite in this race somehow, even though after losing. Look, it's 1400 meters. The other race was 1200 meters, so another extra 200. I think I'll be back in Storm Boy with J-Mac on board. So I hope he gets out the gates better. Obviously a bad ride last time. So hopefully J-Mac can get us in the front and leading. So up to you guys on what you want to back there. Maybe a cheeky trifecta though. Wouldn't be too bad. Now the next big race on the card. The TJ Smith 1200 meter race. And this is a huge race. This is a massive race. I can't wait to watch this one live. You have the likes of I Wish I Win versus Imperatriz. Then you have other horses like Private Eye, Buenos Noches, Marzu, Bella Nipotina, and Cylinder. There's another couple horses out there, but who cares about those guys? Those are going to be the horses that in the ranks, I reckon. I'm looking forward to seeing Imperatriz versus I Wish I Win again. PG Moody will have I Wish I Win firing. So, look, I do think myself, don't tell Lucas, he might hear it on the podcast right now. I think Imperatriz will win. So that's probably what I'm backing. But as Lucas has said before, if we go to the races, we see PG Moody, freshly shaven, all dressed up, you know to back his horse. So we'll give you a live comment when we're at the races and if we see him. But yeah, I'm going Imperatriz over I Wish I Win here. So that's the TJ Smith. Now, the next big race, because there's a heap of big races, mate. The Doncaster Mile, 1,600 meters. Another Will, the favourite. We talked about it just a little bit ago. Good horse. About 4 wins in a row it's on. Now, we got other likes like Celestial Legend, Militarize, Lady Laguna, Abamba Rumbai. Do you remember that horse? Golden Eagle winner. The Golden Eagle winner. That thing flew home. And roughies like Zugotcha, think about it, and there's other big horses in the card in the race. Now, for me, look, I think Another Wheel's a great horse, but after last time I backed against a Bummer Mumbai and it came flying home and broke my heart. It hasn't had a race since the Golden Eagle, so maybe it might be a bit tough to say it's just going to come back and win, but that's what I'm going for. It's paying about $10. It's a bit rough. I know, so maybe go each way. But that's what I'm backing. And then, maybe as a roughie, I do like Zugotcha. It's been winning lately. So each to your own. Probably get the favourite up there as well. So maybe a trifecta. Who knows? Who knows? But that's the Doncaster Mile. That'll be a big race. Now, Australian Derby. 2,400 meters. This is actually a big race. It's literally bigger than the last 3. Now, in this race, we have the likes of Riff Rocket, my horse. I keep always backing that thing and it wins. Tom Kitten. I'm sorry, Lucas. Shale Wolf. We have Shale Wolf. We have Zardozi that beat this field not too long ago. Now, I'll obviously be backing Riff Rocket. But Zardozi is scary. And as Lucas said last race, Shale Wolf just needed a good run, get its legs freshened up, and might look good in this race. So maybe a splash of cash on Shale Wolf. But yeah, look, I'm going Riff Rocket. So cop that, Lucas. But yeah, that's all for the racing. Hopefully Lucas does better on the Instagram. So go check that out. And back to the lads. Well, guys, that guy has got knowledge.
Fuck me, that guy can talk about horses.
Yeah, I
I think
mean,
we've been sitting here for half an hour.
look, he's got the knowledge, and look, we're going to be going to the races this weekend, so I'm looking forward to some of these big ones. James, I'm looking forward to
a couple of live stuff on the Instagram, I'd imagine, of some dancing around.
Might be speaking to the horses live.
Yeah,
And,
get their opinions on it.
Yeah, look, a couple of bets here and there, and definitely a couple of beers as well. So, yeah, great stuff, Lucas. Great horse racing. Now we go to, obviously, the Couch Commentators' best bets are all on our Instagram and social medias. Check them out. Lads, anything else you want to bring up?
How good is rugby league?
How good is rugby league?
I can drink away my pain.
James can drink away his pain. Enjoy your weekend, and yeah, we'll catch you guys next week.